Welcome everyone to the Moisky News for March the 24th, 2020, and boy oh boy oh boy oh boy oh boy am I slightly, ever so slightly irked. Last night the Prime Minister's hand was forced. He had to introduce something that many have dubbed draconian because many did not listen. A lot of people, myself included, initially turned our eyes towards the major cities of the United Kingdom who flouted the rules. Others will say, but what about the beaches? Thankfully, my town obeyed the rules, because there was only 1 or 2 people on them, and they were working out. So what did the Prime Minister have to introduce? What forced his hand to do something draconian? Last week, Boris Johnson suggested social distancing, and people spending more time at home as a means to help not spread the Miller Lite virus. And people instead decided, screw you guys, I'm going to get crowded on the London Tube. Screw you guys, I'm going to congregate in the park with lots and lots of people. Screw you guys, religious gatherings. Screw you guys, but them beaches, yo. It's sunny. Swag. Because of this, last night Boris Johnson made a ministerial announcement saying that everyone must stay home, except for shopping for basic necessities, daily exercise, which I have completed mine. It was a 25,000 step walk because screw it, and it really helps to unwind, yo. And medical need, along with travelling to and from what has been dubbed essential work. My work was dubbed essential. It's just a shame all the businesses I did the work for got shut down. I am literally now, from this moment on until I get my work back, a YouTuber. Does that mean I get to plug my Patreon or something? Because everyone's got money, right? If people don't follow these rules, if people continue to flout them, the police will be given powers to enforce them, which would include fines and dispersing gatherings. Now, over the weekend, the police did try to disperse gatherings, but they were spat on. We know this because it was actually a viral video. Good luck with that now. I hope you've got the money for the fines you're going to get. Also, spitting at a police officer is an offence. Other premises, which would include libraries, playgrounds and outdoor gyms, along with places of worship, must close immediately. Now, parks will remain open for exercise, but gatherings will be dispersed. I'm lucky my seafront has a walking path, quite a long one I might add. I did say 25 steps. Yeah, it's not too bad. Now, these restrictions are going to be under constant review, but the government is not going to look into them for 3 weeks, and only relax them if the evidence shows they are able to. It's nice that Boris, you could tell in the video, did not want to do this. He really didn't. He gave us every opportunity to simply follow some advice, and because people refuse to listen, the entire United Kingdom, well, they've been told to stay at home. I don't want to call it quarantine because that means you have to stay at home, and only people that really have to stay at home are very old people, none of whom in my town have obeyed that, along with those who have medical conditions, respiratory problems, transplant recipients, and the list goes on. This all comes about because the UK for the most part have been under growing pressure to follow other countries by ordering the closure of more shops, enforcing rules on social distancing, and of course the concerns because people were just basically ignoring the government because they're indestructible and totally okay when the evidence would say otherwise right now. I'm going to read something Boris did say because I'm not going to play the clip. It'll undoubtedly be claimed by whoever thinks they own the copyright to it. Without a huge national effort to halt the growth of this virus, there will come a moment when no health service in the world could possibly cope, because there won't be enough ventilators, enough intensive care beds, enough doctors and nurses. And as we have seen elsewhere in other countries that also have fantastic healthcare systems, that is the moment of real danger. Earlier this morning, while on my walk, I received a text message telling me to stay indoors. I'm almost certain everyone got this text, minus that one going out for exercise. I have every intention of following this request. It is not an easy request for someone like me to follow because I'm so used to being busy. But for the greater good of the country, people need to start following the advice. The last thing you need is a pointless fine and a criminal record because you refuse to acquiesce to the experts. And I don't mean the politicians in this who pass the message on. No, the message came from the scientists who said this months ago. And the only reason the UK didn't have to do anything until last night, the only reason was because we had not been affected as badly yet. We were, as many believed, 2 weeks behind everyone else. And you forced Boris's hand. How pathetic.